alrighty, first of the blocks is for us to answer the trivia question from last week where we asked you about Cameroon. We said that they are the record champions when it comes to men's football at the African Games, but how many gold medals have they won within the past? I don't know the answer. You probably know the answer. Brian Mofokeng definitely knows the answer. Sir, please give us the honors and get us out of our misery.
4 titles is what they've won: 1991, 1999, 2003 and 2007. Very important also, Itu, the fact that when you're talking about the African Games, it's under 20. For football, it's under 20. There is under 20 national teams. So you know that you already have the women that are going to be playing at the FIFA World Cup for under 20s. So that was a practice for them to prepare them to be able to perform well there. From a man point of view, you also have the Africa Cup of Nations under 20 qualifiers coming up. That also doubles up at a FIFA World Cup qualifier that is coming up. So very good to actually get the experience and be able to play here. So those that were there will probably have massive knowledge going forward.
Well, there you have it. The answer is straightforward, simple, and succinct. The answer is 4. But trust and believe that the trivia questions just keep on coming because we have another one lined up just for you for this week. And we want to know about CAF. Now, CAF was founded in the year 1957, and we want to know which country has won the most titles when it comes to inter-club competitions. So, when you think of inter-club competitions, you need to be thinking CAF Champions League, CAF Confederations Cup, Super Cup.
Also the CAF Cup way back in the days.
Yeah.
Before you had a measure to now what you call the CAF Confederations Cup. We also had the African Champions of Cup Champions.
Yeah.
Which was where the Orlando Pirates won in 1995. So there have been a lot of changes going forward.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, which country has won most of these club competitions? Maybe just also set spice.
Okay.
Give her number 2, number 3 as well.
Okay.
As you go about your
It's always simple, saucy, and a bit spicy when we are in the mix of things. So that's the trivia question for this week. And we want you on social media. Let us know. Use the hashtag, the only one that matters. It's hashtag Fut-Afrique. Now we dive into the conversations and we kickstart on a somber note as the football fraternity, specifically in Mauritania, mourned the loss of Mohamed Al Mukhtar, who unfortunately lost his life during an unforeseen collision that took place at training. And that was the end of his career, the end of his life. Brian?
Sad note indeed. I mean, really? I saw the message that came from CAF also, and the Mauritanian Football Federation also coming out, to say they postpone the game. He was playing for a team called AS Douane, and they were going to play against the Nouadhibou in a cup final in Mauritania. So that was postponed after the collision that happened. It's something that is, I've seen this happen before, but
yeah, I was mostly
in action. Most you see it in matches being played, not a training session. We saw now in South Africa, we were also very scared on Saturday when we were watching a game between Orlando Pirates, we were up against Hungry Lions, when Makehleni Makaulo went down. And he actually went down with nobody around him. So he cleared the ball and he stood there, held on to his toss, and then from he went down. And we were wondering what is it, because I was at the stadium watching the game. Yeah. And we went down. Then he started literally fitting a bit, and that's when they called the medics quickly into the field. The referee blew his whistle. They got in, took him and put him on a stretcher, and they took him to hospital. So the good news is that I saw a statement was released by Pirates 2 days ago to say, you know what, he's good, he's ready. They just want him to rest a bit, but he'll be good to go in extra to continue the action after the FIFA break. Yeah.
How do you think this will affect football within Mauritania?
Yes, it's a big thing. When you talk about something like this, a player passing away, it's a huge thing.
Psychologically, massive.
It's massive. If I remember back, I know 10 players who have passed away on the field of play playing football. The one I still remember vividly, and this is Mark Vivian Foy. That was the first to actually collapse playing for Cameroon. It was when they played in a tournament, and I still remember they played a final against France, 2003. It was before the World Cup, before just building up to a World Cup. And I remember in that game, the jersey was all over the stadium. He was playing for Manchester City then. You also had, we spoke now in the recent AFCON tournament, saying it's a home to Sheikh Tiote. Yeah. He too passed away. So we have had those players that has passed away over the years. I know 10 that I can think of. Yeah. But those were on a field of play, playing a football game, not in training. Yeah. So this is something that is that is unheard of, and I'm just, wishing the family and also everyone returning football condolences going out to them and wishing them all the best.
Yeah, condolences indeed, as the life of Mohamed Al Mukhtar was short-lived, but it certainly will be remembered for a lifetime. We move on with the conversations. Let's talk about the CAF Champions League and the CAF Confederations Cup. It's that point of the competition where things get really interesting. It is the quarterfinals. Only 8 remain, but only one will reign supreme.
Sundowns in Group A, they finished top alongside TP Mazembe.
Remind us of all of them.
Except Mimosa, Simba, 1-2 in Group B.
Yes.
Petro de Luanda 1-2, as well as Esperance de Tunis. We actually qualified right at the end by the Esperance de Tunis. And then Al Ahly and Young Africans were 1-2 in a Group D. So the biggest match everybody's talking about is Al Ahly against Simba.
Yeah.
There's also Mamelodi Sundowns against Young Africans.
You say that there is 2 Tanzanian teams. This means that football in Tanzania for a week will be a blockbuster.
Indeed. And the fact that they both finished as runners-up, it means they're going to be hosting their first matches.
What does this mean for Tanzanian football?
It's a big thing. The fact that you got 2 teams that are the dominating forces in Tanzanian football getting this far, it's a big thing. But also from I want to talk about Young Africans in particular, because they were in the final of the CAF Confederations Cup last year. So for them to move into the primary competition, which is the CAF Champions League, and still qualify for the next round, it's a big thing. It's a big thing for them.
Massive. And not forgetting that they missed out on the African Football League, not because they were not the current dominant team within the country, but simply because of history, right?
Yeah.
Well, we continue with the conversations. I want us to dissect as to what this means for Mamelodi Sundowns, what it means for Al Ahly, and the other teams that remain within the competition. So don't go nowhere. Rabua after this.